So whenever you're just starting off lashing, you need to be really, really patient with yourself. And you want to practice as much as you can. So now we have our iPad on. Okay, we have our lashes here. Never lash out the case. Put it on the lash tab. Okay. And we have our glue ring. You want to shake your adhesive up before you use it. You got to get all the mixture in very good. You can use a glue shaker, like a vortex glue shaker for like nail polish. You just set it up on there and push it down. Or you can use like a makeup. This is actually a makeup brush cleaner. Like you put the brush in here and put it in a solution and it'll clean the makeup brush. But in this case, we are going to put our adhesive in here and shake it. And you would just hold it upright for about 60 seconds, turn it on, and let the adhesive shake. That's really important to mix the adhesive before you start using your adhesive. So we're just gonna give it a shake. So we've already gone through picking up your lashes. Make sure you have a really great pair of tweezers. You pick it up right in the middle, pull toward you. Okay. So now that our adhesive has been shook, we are going to start applying the lashes. Now, if you want to put a napkin right here, you definitely can, because right here is your desk, okay? That is your desk. So if you have picked up a lash, you don't like it, you can drop it here or on here. So you can put a napkin just like this on your client's forehead. And also, they're really oily. Some clients are really oily on their forehead. So having a napkin right here is great. Okay. Or some clients may have acne on their forehead. You don't want to be touching that. You definitely want to wear gloves when you're doing an application. You want to be mindful of how hard you're pushing on your client head right here, okay? It should be really light, barely, not really hard, but just barely, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. We have our straight tweezer to pick up the lashes. We have our curved tweezers to isolate. So we are going to go in here, and you want to start from the base to isolate. You want to start at the base because you may have anagen lashes, the little baby lashes way down here at the bottom. So if you go in to try to isolate up top, you're not really going to be moving out the anagen are baby hair lashes. So whenever you go in to isolate, start as close to the base as possible. You want to open your tweezers up really wide, like so. You want to have your adhesive ring pointing toward you just a little bit, not too much, because you don't want it to run over to the client head. So just turn it slightly toward you. So you're going to grab a natural lash, open your tweezers up really wide, grab you an extension, pull it toward you, dip the extension 2/3, get it as close to the natural lash as possible, and you can let go, and the natural lash kind of sucks it up. So this base is loose, is really not good. You see how fast it popped off? So that would not be good. You do not want to send your client home with loose bases. So you want to get it close to the natural lash as possible, and just let go. Kind of like giving a natural lash a hug. So kind of get it as close as possible, and then let go. Now if your lash flip like that, you can flip it back in place with your tweezers, just like so. Oh, this is giving me a hard time. But that's okay. You may have to try it again. Get it close to the natural lash and let it go. Now, you want to keep your tweezers open for about 2 to 3 seconds. That allows the adhesive to dry so that it don't get stuck on the neighboring lash. So, leave your tweezers open for a couple of seconds and then come out. Now, you do not want to go right next to this lash to try to apply another lash. No, you want to give it time to dry. So we're going to move over here. Grab a lash from the bottom. Open those tweezers up really, really good. Grab a extension. Dip it 2/3. And then you want to get it as close and kind of just drop it. Now, that is not good. That is not on there really good. Now, I'm using 0.18s. Okay, so we have dropped that. You hold your tweezers open for 2 to 3 seconds. You can even fan to help it dry. Okay? And then we come out. Okay? And so then I'm going to go over to the other eye, because I like working on both eyes at the same time. And the reason why is because if the client has an emergency and have to go, they won't leave with just one eye done. It'll kind of be like symmetrical. So now with these 0.18s, they're really heavy. So I'm going to grab a couple of 0.15s. So you'll notice if your extension keeps twisting and turning when you put it on, you may need to scale back and get a 0.15 or even a 0.12. So I let it stay open, and then you want to bring it out. Okay? And then you want to go to another zone. So like over here, and dip it 2/3 and come and just apply it on it. Now, all of the extensions, well, all of the natural lashes go in a direction. So you want to make sure that your extensions are going like the natural lash direction. So you have these extensions going in right here, they go point that way. And then you have these extensions pointing up, and then you have these extensions pointing over. So you need to make sure they're going over that way, okay? You see how this extension is pointing in? It's going in. So whenever you apply an extension, you need to make sure it's going in toward the nose. These extensions here need to go up. These go outward, okay? So now, if you put an extension going the wrong way, it'll be very noticeable when the client open their eyes. So let's say we come over here and we put an extension, and we're gonna make it go the wrong way. Let's see. So that extension is going the wrong way. So you see how it's like crisscrossing. So whenever the client opens their eyes, you'll see that lash going the wrong way. Okay. So let's see. Let me just go with these 0.15s. Let's see. Okay. That went on a lot smoother. You see, you notice it didn't flip over. So that is one indication that you're using heavy lashes, is if they start flipping. So you want to adjust that. Get it as close to the natural lash and just drop it. Hold it for a couple of seconds. Then we're gonna grab another one. We're gonna come over here on the outside, get it really close, and then we're gonna turn it. Now this is a loose base, so we're just gonna take that out and apply another one. Gonna go here, bam, and then we're gonna make it kind of turn it that way. Now these lashes here, they have like a really feathered end. Okay. So this base is still loose here. So what I'm going to do is we're gonna take this off, because we don't want to have any loose bases. Any loose base you see, take it off with the dry removal technique, okay? Bend the extension a little bit and then just peel it off. Bend the extension and hold the natural lash to peel it off. So we're gonna go in again. Kind of doing this in a weird angle. And don't be afraid to ask the client to turn their head. Sometimes you will have to turn the client head, and just do it like gently, you know. Or you may have to adjust your chair. Sometimes you may not get a lash to stick on there perfectly the first time. It's okay, just try it again. So you see how that natural lash is going that way, to the right. It's not going the opposite way. So we're going to come somewhere over here in another zone, and we're gonna, now if you have been having your extension in your hand for more than what your adhesive says the dry time is, you want to go ahead and throw it down and get another one, because this lash has the adhesive has already dried, so it'd be really hard to stick it on there with dry adhesive. It wouldn't stay. So if that happens, just grab another lash. Or if you're down here trying to put it on for more than 2 or 3 seconds, just drop it and grab another lash. Because remember, you want to apply the maximum amount of extensions in the time allotted. So we want to move on quickly. If that lash doesn't stick, drop it and grab another one quickly as possible. Then we're going to go over to this eye. You see how that lash is leaning over? If you catch it within that 2 or 3 seconds to straighten it back up, it will work and straighten up the right way. Okay, we're going to apply another one. You can also use your fan to dry. Dip your extension 2/3. Okay. It's in this zone where the extensions are pointing straight up, so I want to make sure that lash points straight up. And you may do 2 or 3 on one eye and then move over to the other eye and do 2, 3. Or, yeah, 2 or 3 of them. You just want to make sure that you are doing both eyes. Okay. Hold it. You want to get the extension really close. And you should be putting the extension at least 1 millimeter from the base of the eyelid. Okay, so it's not touching the skin, but it's 1 little millimeter away from the skin. Okay, so it's not on the skin, but it's really just 1 little millimeter off of the skin at the baseline. That will allow the extension to grow out. If you clog up and put it on the skin, bacteria could build. The lashes will not be able to grow. So that's why it's really important to put it at a minimum 1 millimeter away from the skin. Okay. Dip it 2/3, apply it 1 millimeter away from the skin. Hold the tweezers open for about 2 to 3 seconds. You can dry it with your dryer and then release. Okay. Go to another zone, pick up your extension. Apply your extension, make sure it's going in the right direction, drop it, hold your tweezers open for about 2 to 3 seconds and release. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Okay. My tweezers are wide open. Get it as close as possible and then gently drop it. The adhesive will just make it like a magnet. Once you get it so close to the natural lash, it will kind of cling to it, like the extension will cling to it like a magnet. Okay, we're gonna move over to this eye. You see, I'm gently, softly laying it to the lash. Now, you don't want to try to force it or and do like force it. No, you'll get that to where you'll have a hard time. So you gently want to bring it. Take your time patiently. There you go. Take your time patiently. Put it kind of next right on there and just drop it. Oh, and you see that one? It's not good. It's twisting. You want to take that one off and dust yourself off and try again. Okay? So we got another one. And we're going to bring it right next to it. And kind of drop it gently. And that is how you do it. Leave those tweezers open and then come out. Okay? So you want to go through here and separate any lashes that are stuck together. And you can do that while you're lashing. So like if I apply a lash, let's say I apply a lash. Okay. And not to worry, when you're working on a mannequin and even a real live person, sometimes the lashes can become stuck to the iPad. So that is why you want to kind of lift the eye gently just a little bit like that to make sure that they're not getting stuck to the iPad. Now, you also want to separate, as I was saying before, you want to separate at least 4 times while you're doing the extensions. So that means you want to go in here and check for any stickies at least 4 times while you're doing it. So while you're lashing. So maybe you apply one and then you're going to go through there and do a round right quick. Make sure you don't have any stickies. No stickies, just like so. And then if you see any that's stuck together, just do the banana peel technique and pull horizontally and get it off if they're stuck together. Or if you have a loose base, you can just simply twist the extension, grab the natural lash, and pull horizontally. Okay, so we don't have any stickies. So this is how you apply extensions on a mannequin. Now, as you fill up and apply the extensions, you'll start to see that it gets really easier with finding a natural lash. So after you have went through and done your rounds of separation, make sure the extensions are not stuck to the iPad. You can also have a mirror like so, and this is where you can check your work, so you can kind of make sure that the extensions are looking good up under there, and make sure you're getting full coverage. So you can use a mirror like so. Okay, well that is the video for today. And also you can brush them. Now while you're after you apply so many, you can brush. Now if some may fall out, that means they wasn't attached really well. So brush them too, just a little bit, not too much. And kind of brush them after you apply so many. Okay, I will see you all in my next video. If you have any questions, comments, drop them below, and let me know. Subscribe to this channel. We have so many more useful tips for lash beginners, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.